This bumperclart who killed his best friend in a petty argument over drug money has died in prison. Marlon Kelly stabbed his best friend Anthony Gray to death in a dispute over drug money. He has now died whilst behind bars. Marlon, also known as Wrecker on the streets, was a yardie drug dealer who had a violent reputation. He was first jailed over a shooting back in August 2001, when he was just 18 years old. He was seen by many witnesses repeatedly shooting at a man who was running away in Battersea, southwest London. Marlon denied any involvement, but he was sentenced to 6 years in jail for possession of a firearm with intent to cause violence. After his conviction for the shooting, the UK border agency tried to have Marlon Kelly deported back to his native Jamaica, but the decision was overturned by the courts on appeal. This meant Marlon was able to continue his reign of terror, which would end with his best friend dead. In May 2010, Marlon was in a flat in Redhill with his friend Anthony Gray. The two friends would argue about drug money after an addict came to the flat to do a deal. Marlon was so enraged that he took a knife and stabbed Anthony in the neck from behind. Emergency services were called, and Marlon Kelly was arrested at the scene, while Anthony Gray was airlifted to the hospital. When questioned about the attack, Marlon pretended as if he had no idea how Anthony had been stabbed. He told the officers that he had fallen asleep and woke up to find the flat door open and Anthony Gray severely injured, bleeding on the floor. Marlon Kelly was bailed pending further investigation. He packed an overnight bag, got his hands on £2,500 and then booked a taxi and fled to Wales. He was trying to find a way to leave the country via Cardiff. Anthony Gray was later pronounced dead, and Marlon Kelly was charged with his murder. In court, the little blood-clot Marlon tried to paint a picture of how Anthony was his best friend, and he was heartbroken that someone would do this to him, when in reality, he was the bad-mind friend who killed him. In 2011, Marlon Kelly was found guilty of Anthony Gray's murder and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 25 years. In July 2025, Marlon Kelly died at HMP Swaleside, 14 years into his life sentence. The cause of death has not yet been confirmed, but I doubt most people care to be honest.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one a blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Jan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. In the morning, yeah, we are going to kick it off with some updates. Then we get on into this morning's fresh set of stories. Now the first thing that we are going to talk about in the morning, yeah, is in relation to a story that I posted in yesterday morning's vlog surrounding this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Junior Anson, but them call him Beenie or Beans in our streets. Now, in yesterday morning's vlog, I made mention that it was alleged that he was caught by the FBI. But this morning, I can confirm to you that this criminal element, Junior Anson, aka Beenie or Beans, is presently in the custody of the FBI in the United States of America. It is confirmed that he was caught by the feds and arrested for intent to distribute the illicit white drug, the white lady. And he was also charged for distribution of other illicit narcotics. Yeah, man. Now, one may ask, who is this brother here? But as I stated in yesterday morning's vlog, he is the criminal mastermind behind the Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon massacre that took the lives of 8 and the injuring of dozens. Yeah, man. So this criminal element here as a father who is no different. We get to understand that the father sit down a Silver Spoon restaurant and basically I laugh at the situation, say him son get old. Why it is of any concern? Because him and him father never really too depend on good terms. Because the father is a man like this, you know. You see, if him not have fit him way with you, him no business with you. And having his way is always a bad way. Is a man where did send a certain individual go all the way from Florida to California. Figure link up on a so-called top dan from Clarendon, Maypen Jerome. Him send the youth figure rob Jerome. And Jerome get robbed for true. Under Sykes, of course, never know say I'm one a friend where him go to school with. Set him up that way there. For those who know and know who I'm speaking about, I spoke about it in vlogs that I've done years before. Now when him set up Jerome and Jerome get robbed, him same one tell Jerome which part to find the man. And I saw Jerome get for name him food and broke the plate at one party in Florida. Well, not Jerome himself, you know, say Jerome mobilize him knockis and clappis them figure do the dirt. So it's that type of man there. So because the youth rob Jerome and now come back come split the loot with him like that, him vex and sell out back the youth to the man where him send figure rob. Boy, I better tell you, make it make sense. What are the type of father they be? So the people them in Atlanta, Georgia, glad for say this criminal element is off the streets. Now as I stated in yesterday's vlog, I hope that the Jamaican authorities get word of this very soon and act swiftly so that as soon as the American authorities are through with him and deport him back to Jamaica, the Jamaican authorities will take action. No matter how long it takes for him come back here, he should pay for the crimes and the many lives that was taken because of him. Yeah, man. Now back to local style, my peeps. We're going to talk about the ex-soldier who end up lose 3 pints over there in Rockfort in the Eastern Kingston Police Division. We are talking about this criminal element here, Doani Thompson. So I was scrolling through the comment section of yesterday morning's vlog and I came across this rather interesting comment. So I decided that I'm going to share it with you, the regular members of Chan Public, in the morning here. Now it reads, Doani Thompson, you told me that On The Spot News Media has set up your life. I told you On The Spot News Media, a good youth, and he's trying to help troubled youths to give up or don't get into a criminal lifestyle. Doani, I pleaded to you to go back to church and serve God. Make your mother and sister proud of you. Now, to see you on The Spot News Media getting the anthem song really hurt me. Rockfort, a very bad community. Hundreds of young lives wasted and buried 6 feet under. Philip Palwell, you have failed your community. Now, the ending part of it is not much of a concern to me, the Philip Palwell part, because I know Philip Palwell failed the community and its members failed itself. Now, that particular post is not unique to many of our Jamaican youths who continue to give away their lives in the name of a gang or in the name of a Don. Most of those Dons outlive these youths. Most of those Dons don't even care about you. Your life means nothing to them. So I'm now saying this to you, to the youths and family members of the youths them, who is not yet too far gone, who still can be saved. There is hope for you, hope for your future. Stay away from a criminal lifestyle. There is still hope if you choose to walk the straight and narrow. It may not be easy to do so, given the environment where you're from, but you don't have to be a product of that environment. Well, not in a bad sense. My grandmother used to tell me, say, a wise man learns from his mistakes. But some of these mistakes you don't have to make. You can be a wiser man and learn from the mistakes of others. Yeah, man. Now, we're going to talk about a video that has gone viral on social media. I also posted another version of the said video on my Instagram, so you can go over there and watch it at On The Spot News Media 876 on Instagram. Now the police are probing that viral video, as now we have learned that the man in the video with that firearm over the brother with them I call Biggs with up on the ground, who is scared because the man of the strap pointed at him face. We found out that the man with the firearm is a serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So the police are probing the altercation between the cop and the man at the party in Track Gate in Lawrence Tavern in St. Andrew early Sunday morning. So we saw a portion of the video where the man over Biggs and a pint the strap and I say, yo, this afraid and ray and blah blah blah. And when I read the comment section, everybody a bash him. But when someone who was at the party released another part of the video to show when he was being assaulted by the very same man on the ground pleading and begging for his life, everybody starts singing a whole different tune. Now what On The Spot News Media found wrong with all of this? The officer back out him gun the wrong time. So now he placed himself in the wrong, because the first part of the video that was sent out after the initial video shows Biggs and others a beat him to a pulp. Man all a bust back in him head. Them a deal with him like a rag doll. And in my view and perspective, that is when him should have pop off in strap and start name it pan some of them, spread them out like a sheet in a dance. Yeah, man. But him wait till after the fact now, and a pop off him strap, and a intimidate Biggs, and a ask Biggs if I diss him further. And you don't know me and all sort of unnecessary rubbish. Listen to me, firearm holders. Gun is not for show off and to pose. You see, when you take it out, you need to use it. And if you're not going to use it, leave it. Yeah, man. So basically, the police are saying now, why him do that? After disperse the crowd from after him, which will definitely be believable, because we all saw what was happening before. Now we get to understand that Biggs was detained by the cop. And it is understood that both the policeman and the other man gave statements to the police investigators. But the civilian reportedly opted not to further pursue the matter that are Biggs. So the cop's firearm has been seized in accordance with the probe into the matter. Now the next update, my peeps, is coming out of the Manchester Police Division, where a mentally ill man who allegedly attacked a member of a police party with a machete has succumbed to the injuries he received during the incident. Yes, the police can him up. Now the deceased man has since been identified as 36-year-old Renard Smalling, said to be of a Ellen Street address in Manchester. Now reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 11 a.m. on Saturday, the police responded to a report of a disturbance in the community and accosted the man who is now deceased. It is stated that he reportedly attacked the police with a machete, and the police took evasive action and can him up. The injured man was then taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he succumbed to injuries. The Independent Commission of Investigation has launched a probe into that particular matter. We really need to stop doing this, especially when it comes to persons who we know is of unsound mind. There should be other protocols set in place to deal with these persons and not calling the police. As far as I know, because I've made checks, police not trained to deal with mad people. Persons who are trained to deal with those persons know how to approach them better. So when the police come and the madman go rush him now, he's forced to defend himself, and then all hell break loose if the man end up losing 3 pints. We have to have other protocols set in place. Persons who are trained to deal with these type of people should be the first responders, or even if the police are the first responders, they should just be there to provide additional security and support, but not the persons who are deemed to first-hand deal with these persons who are of unsound mind. We really need to step away from this type of dealing. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps. Jamaica has recorded 23 fatal knockings and clappings in recent weeks. Now we are drawing close to the general elections. In fact, the general elections is on Wednesday, the 3rd of September. So leading up to the week of the general elections, Jamaica returned to the 2024 average weekly fatal knockings and clappings, with 23 homicides recorded between August 23rd and August 30. 11 fatal knockings and clappings committed between Tuesday and Thursday morning. So this represents the second highest weekly total in fatal knockings and clappings so far this year. So the records now show that fatal knockings and clappings is at a 42% decline. The last time I gave an update, if memory serves me correct, it was at 46% decline. So basically, the criminal elements them a step up them thing. So it now shows as at August 30, Jamaica has recorded 459 fatal knockings and clappings. So the spike in fatalities last week was seemingly impacted by 11 homicides over 2 days between Tuesday and Thursday morning, as I stated earlier. Now, for the police divisions. The St. Andrews South Police Division leads all 19 police divisions with 55 fatalities, and followed by the St. James Police Division, the St. Anne Police Division with 41 fatal knockings and clappings. The St. Catherine South Police Division stands at 40. 16 of the 19 police divisions have recorded reductions in fatal knockings and clappings compared to last year. So knockings and clappings, injured persons, and the whole dog and tech type of situation has declined, but guess what? Robberies and break-ins have increased by 11 and 29% respectively. Overall, crime is down basically 16%. The decline in fatalities has been a major talking point during the political campaigns leading up to the general elections on Wednesday. So make us see how Jamaica is going to vote. On the Spot News Media will most definitely be watching. Yeah, man. Now make we get on into this morning's fresh set of stories. Now the first thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, this criminal element said to be a deportee, presently on your screen identified as DeAndre Williams, has been listed by the Jamaica Constabulary Force as wanted and as armed and dangerous. Yeah, man. Now the Jamaica Constabulary Force has listed DeAndre Dominic Williams, also known as Yankee or Yanks, or some may call him Street Life. He's wanted for fatal knockings and clappings and a slew of firearm-related offences. Now, Williams, that is DeAndre Dominic Williams, who the police described as a deportee, is known to speak with an accent, and his associated addresses at Nannyville Boulevard, at a 4 Nannyville Boulevard, Kingston 3, and 68.5 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 11. So if you don't see him in them place, they call the police. Now, according to the police, he is a suspect in multiple serious crimes to include robbery, car theft and carjacking, and of course, fatal knockings and clappings. He is known to frequent several communities across St. Andrew, including Nannyville, Stonehill, Chisholm Avenue, and Swallowfield, and reportedly uses various motels and guest houses throughout the corporate area. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of this criminal element, please alert the nearest police station. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. Mary Police Division in a section known as Jeffreytown in the Gale policing area. A fatal knockings and clappings going around there. Yeah, man. A brother known as Dennis, but them call him Lenge. 71 years old, big man. Get fi understand, say a Jeffreytown him come from. The man them roll up on him and can him up, leaving him lifeless. But at age 71, what this man could have really do for them deal with him in such a way. Usually when them target the elderly and name them food them way there, is usually somebody else who the elderly is related to. But on the Spot News Media will most definitely check it out without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. Ann Police Division, right in a Ocherius, right at Exchange Road. A knockings and clappings going around there. A brother known as Orlando Gale get can up. Yeah, man. The man them run him down and gun him down. But luckily for him, he's still among the land of the living. And still in Ocherius, the police them find a body in an advanced state of decomposition. We get to understand that the person is 70-year-old and them call it Sean Sinclair. Get to understand that the person is from a Buckfield address in Ochi. And the person was found at his home, lifeless. Jaja God, it rough. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. Elizabeth Police Division. Right round a Magati there, so. A breadnut walk. Yeah, man, the police them find the lifeless body of Dian Martin, otherwise known as Fata. Get fi understand say he's a farmer. The police them find him in him yard, lifeless. And they are presently investigating for try to figure out a wagwan and how him end up lose him 3 pints. And the last thing that we're gonna talk about, but most definitely not the least, the police them put on a decent spot of work right round a Cambridge in the troubled war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division. The police them find a Beretta pistol with serial number intact and a magazine affixed containing 8 live 9mm cartridge. No one was arrested during that particular find. The firearm was taken up by the police during a targeted raid in the area. The Montego Bay Police is presently investigating. So right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.